Okay, guys. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Olamilekon. I am social media marketing expert. I help people make massive sales leveraging social media marketing. So today I will be using this opportunity to answer some questions about one of my students who asked me. I think that will be yesterday or so. He actually asked me which platform do I think he should leverage more of his attention on, since he doesn't have much budget for marketing at the moment, so as a startup business. So my answer would go, first thing I always advise people to do when it comes to social media marketing is make sure whatever you are selling is something buyable, buyable. And make sure it's something people actually want to buy. Because on social media or on the internet, people don't just buy anything. There are some things to you they can look so like sellable, but in form of buying, people don't really show interest in them. And one of the key things to know what is viable or not is by offering it for free. Just tell people that I want to do this business, or I want to start selling this thing, but for a start I want to give this like five or two of these products out, and then see how people would respond to it. If a lot of people actually show interest, that would give you more leverage that okay, this thing actually sells. But if people don't actually show more interest, then you know that this is not what to focus more of your attention on. So what that's one. Another way I think you can know this is if there's some key three basic human needs, which is clothes, shelter, and no food, clothing, and shelter. But in today's world, it is 21st century, right? Internet is part of it. I think I was actually gisting with one of my friend last week. I told him about how important internet is in our life in today's world. So food, clothing, shelter, and internet is part of it. If whatever you are selling, if it is centered around these four key areas, that means it's something that's actually viable. If you're into food selling, sure, people must eat. There's no people can survive without eating. If you're into shelter, if you're into like real estate, housing, and the rest, people must actually live in a house. People must pay rent and the rest. That's actually something viable. And the third one is clothing. If you're into accessories, clothing, makeup, and the other, although those ones are like advanced means of what's the word advanced means of clothing ourselves, but they are still very much important in today's world. So food, clothing, and shelter, internet. If you are selling like data, if you are selling like phones, if you are selling laptops, so people actually need those toys, those key, those tools. For them to have access to the internet, those key things are very much important. So for you to, before you sell anything, ask yourself if it is something that is actually buyable or not. So let me go straight to your question. So in form of platforms, number one platform I will recommend is people don't really pay attention to this, and it is phone. Your phone number. Your phone number must always be active. Your phone number must always be active, no matter how busy you think you are. If your battery is not okay and you're a business person, make sure you fix it. And there's this stage of when people are ready to make buying decision, and they are calling your line, you're not picking. That means you lose the deal. So when people send you a message on WhatsApp and you're not active, you calling your phone is more of a last option. And if they actually call the phone and you are not there to pick, to respond to them, that means you lose the deal, you lose the transaction, why you lose the money. But for a business person, I always encourage people to always prioritize their phone. Make sure your phone is always available, both during the day and at night. Social media actually works for 24 hours, so people can still get to see your post anywhere in parts of the world, and they can actually call your line at any point in time. So number one platform for me is your phone number must always be active. Then the second platform for me is your WhatsApp business though. WhatsApp business, because WhatsApp is more, especially if you are selling to more of a Nigerian market. WhatsApp is a very tangible platform in today's world. Make sure you are very much active on WhatsApp, and don't just, as a business person, don't just use ordinary WhatsApp. WhatsApp has Facebook has actually introduced more advanced version of WhatsApp, which is WhatsApp Business. So WhatsApp Business actually give you more features compared to just ordinary WhatsApp. You have access to business features, a lot of them. Just go to Play Store and search for WhatsApp Business and download it. Then give yourself some time to get familiar with how the features works. Then the third platform for me is Gigi. GIGI is actually a marketplace where people post their stuff there and people go there to buy. So you should be the one to go there and sell, not to be the one that go there to buy. So actually, I don't just know why I fall in love with this platform. I don't just know. Maybe because majority of most of the transaction we do these days is actually coming from that platform. So it is key if you can leverage on it. Just make sure you have a quality picture. You post the quality picture there, and then make sure your product is actually under the category it belongs. So those are the two key things that is important for you to rank fast on Gigi: quality pictures, and make sure your product is under its category. Then the fourth platform for me is I think it's Facebook and Instagram. I call them my store. And the reason is that it actually gives you more storage for you to put more of the content out there. There's a limit to what you can share on WhatsApp or what you can share on Gigi and the rest, and what Facebook and Instagram actually give you that leverage for you to post more of your content by whether in form of text, graphics and video and the rest. So make sure you are active on these two platforms too. And the last one for me is Google. Google. You must also be on Google too, because these days, no matter anything you are doing, any marketing channel you leverage on both offline and online, everything still boil everything still comes down to Google, because these days people always take their time to do their own due diligence by doing some background check about whatever you are promoting to see if it's actually genuine or not. And the first place they go to go ask Google, who is this person? Maybe they see your advert somewhere, they just copy your name and go to Google to ask. And if you are not actually active on Google, it's very easy. Setting up a Google page is something very simple. Just engage in some online videos to put you to on how to do that. So these are the key platform I think for a startup business you need to leverage on, at least for a start. It actually keep you moving forward, and as time goes on, you have the money, can then invest in this platform by running adverts on them. It's really going to help your business grow faster and smoothly. Thank you guys.